Today is all about horsepower and performance. I got the UTV. We're gonna add a lot of power to it. It does not need it. Pastrana guys were over and they were like pouring race gas in their rigs. It was like backfiring, it sounded sick. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna order my own things. My dad's not stoked about it because we have a lot of experience in the past upgrading all of our UTVs and we have broken a lot of parts by doing it. But we're doing it all safe this time. I hit up the boys at HB Tuners and I got all the connections to fully tune the car. So they recommended Pandemyk Performance. Now Pandemyk Performance, which I'll read you here in just a second, of all the crazy boost gain and horsepower gain and all that, they not only hooked me up with the tune, but I have a full blow off valve. So now when I let go of you know, the throttle, you hear the big old it'll sound sick. This is a full prototype exhaust. So GGB hooked us up with this. I think I'm the only one in existence that even has this in their hands. So it's kind of cool because it's you know, no one else has it, and we're doing all the content first with you guys to actually test this out. And then the last thing is tire test with BF Goodrich. These tires are something that you would normally not use on an application like for what I'm using it for, because this is like short course off-road racing. And I say that because usually the traditional tire I'd use is like a mud train like this. You could see like all the voids and everything in it. This tire right here is an all-terrain and it's much smaller, but again, the Pastrana boys were here and they had a tire that was similar to this. The thing is you gotta figure out what your competition's doing so you could beat them and be better. And so that's what it's all about today. So let's get right to it. So the Pandemyk Stage 3 tune.
Pandemic? What is it, COVID again?
Actually, he made the company during COVID. So I called it Pandemyk Performance, I swear to you. So the Stage 3 tune for 93 octane, plug and play. The adjustment is for 22 pounds of boost, a 45 horsepower gain at the crank, stronger torque down low with anti-lag.
45 horsepower?
Keep in mind, this only has like 180 from stock. So we're like adding
from the tune?
Just from the tune. Stronger torque down low with anti-lag built in for faster spool times, snappier throttle response, lower cooling fan, and engine temps.
I know, but I'm stuck on the horsepower because every time we've added the horsepower, we went through this before in the other ones. What happens? You got more horsepower in the engine. What about the transmission?
Yeah,
what about the drive axles?
That was 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter. It's still, you're adding, these things are set up for a certain amount of horsepower.
You could drive two-footed, full power and low, high, speed limiters removed, RPM limit set to 9,100 RPMs.
So 180, 4,500, 40. If you're going to add 45 horsepower, you better call him and ask him what else is going to break before you, I mean, I'm being serious.
Dad, this is set to be completely safe.
Okay.
This isn't like a tune to be on kill.
So you're telling me you're not going to break nothing behind the engine? Do you want to make a bet? How much?
How much do you want to lose?
$1,000.
I mean, we don't have to go that.
No,
I mean,
if you want to bet, if you're going to add almost 50 horsepower, no, you out with lunch ain't enough.
Just trust me.
Because you like to argue. If you're going to add 50 horsepower, something else is going to break behind it. I'm just telling you. You can do what you want. It's your money. But I'm just saying, we've been through it. Okay, every time we've added 45 horsepower, when we add turbos onto, what happened when we were out in Oregon? What happened?
That was 15 years ago.
Let me tell you what happened. Everything blew apart and we had to buy another one while we were in Oregon. That's what happened. That's why you won't bet me $1,000, because I know.
Well, that only broke because you don't know how to drive, and you were the one that was driving. Long story short, you guys heard all
Hold on. Yours is the one that broke.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're so fast from the factory that I don't need this. I don't need this.
Listen to yourself talk. You just said it. There's no reason. This thing is like a race vehicle out of the box. I mean, who are you gonna race?
Pastrana came over, and he invited me back to his house for the next race. So I want this Polaris to be on kill for when we show up, because I know he's gonna be out there practicing, making sure he is dialed. So anyway, we're gonna tune it. It is a safe tune. My dad doesn't know what he's talking about. I had long conversations with Mark at Pandemyk, and
Dad knows what he's talking about.
I did explain to him that, hey man, I want this to be safe, and he's like, oh dude, we'll just keep it at 45 horsepower gain, which is crazy. So let's tune this thing. Actually, I need to slow down. Let's go set our base lap times. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we have 2 tests. One test, I'm gonna go around the whole track, assuming everything still looks good since Pastrana and I were out there. I know that we have had some rain. And then the second test is actually gonna be across the asphalt right here, and we're gonna do that one first. So let's get those times. We'll come back, we'll pull up HP tuners, we'll download the tune, throw the exhaust on, and then we'll give her hell for Dale.
All right, so Brad's starting on there, and I'm gonna stop it on this line right here. I got this ready to go. 4.68. How fast do you think that was?
720. Oh, dang. Okay.
4 seconds.
So we'll see. What'll be interesting is I spun my tires in the beginning and then it hooked up.
Yeah.
With a lot more power, this could be a slower time if I don't modulate it right. So let's go out to the off-road track and we'll see what we can do out there, because that's going to be like immediately. That's going to be like the telltale, because I know that track good. We'll go set the baseline, tune it, and then we'll go right back out.
All right, here's the start and finish right here.
So I don't know why this kid needs to go faster, but I mean, I do know why. Adding almost 50 horsepower is pretty cool through HP tuners and the tune on it. If we go right from this and throw the tune in it, then I mean, we're gonna get a real good comparable, because I don't think it takes that long to get that in there. One thing about the Polaris, I mean, that thing flies perfect. It is so balanced, which is good, because that's kind of rare. You know, a lot of the other units for their competitor, they just nosedive everywhere. 108?
37?
Actually, that's pretty good for the conditions. 108, I mean, that's actually not bad for it being so muddy.
Ideally, since it's not too hot, if we could bust it out in like 20-30 minutes real quick, and then the track conditions would be the same. So let's go throw it on and then just check it out. So we'll just toss on the exhaust real quick. Ooh, those bolts are hot. What's fun about this, because I told you guys literally this is the only one in existence. So what's fun is I'm kind of like doing a full test for GGB as well. Like just kind of going through and making sure everything fits. Like, man, that kind of looks sick off.
You might have to stay off.
Might have to stay off. We might have to check that out. So they did, because this is a full prototype, this is the factory one. They did already notch this out and put this cool plate system on there. Because this is like the prototype. So I'm truly like doing like the first testing for them. So we'll jump kind of just to cool shots and let's get all this installed, and then we'll jump straight to the HP tuners. So I would tell anyone that is getting this exhaust, I would recommend doing it before you drive it. I had to grab the welding gloves to make this job work. That's hot.
Here,
you smell that?
Unscrew the...
Alright. Alright. Got that sucker on. That looks way better.
I don't even put the muffler on.
Just leave it straight
Yeah,
back.
that'll make the neighbors happy.
Look at how sexy that is. The finishing piece of the puzzle. I will recommend, this is just from personal experience here, do not do this when your unit is hot, because I have like 17,000 burns mixed with clay all around me. Look at it, how beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let me get the cover and then we'll adjust it perfectly. That is sexy. You know how sick this is gonna be. And then when that blow off, well, maybe better than that. I can't tune it yet because I'm so excited. We got the exhaust on and we got the blow off valve. So we should, this is gonna sound way different. We're gonna hear,
Hopefully it's not too loud for the neighbors.
Wouldn't be ideal for them.
But they chose to live there.
They did choose to live there before us.
Oh man, I love how they did the little carbon tips on there.
Doesn't that look good? All right, you ready?
Loud? Yeah.
sounds good.
That's not even revved up yet.
Well, it's only let me because we're in park and I don't have my seatbelt on to rev so high. But hey, I love that the exhaust isn't like obnoxious loud. Like
it's good clean
It's a
sound.
deep throaty.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah! All right, now.
Let's get some HP tune in there and see if we can blow up the back half of your bike.
Now, did he just call it a bike?
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, so for those that don't know how this might work is, like I have an MPVI 3, they have newer versions, like the 3 Plus, but you have to get an adapter. So this is actually kind of cool. I'll show you because the factory Polaris's already have a plug. So you just plug it straight in here and then you plug the MPVI 3 in there, and then we're just gonna go from there to the computer. And Pandemyk Performance already wrote me the tune, and so now all you do is we have VCM editor open. It's actually kind of interesting because not a lot of people understand that you could just take I mean, HP Tuner supports a lot of vehicles, but you could just pop in and change many things. We did it for when we were towing with our F450 to get better mile per gallon towing like far distances and stuff. So once I plug this in, this is basically gonna light up. And since we already have all of our tune and everything, now we're just gonna be able to go through and put the power in the ECU. So unfortunately, the good old Lord decided that it was gonna pour rain when we got done tuning, and it put on all this freaking performance. So,
can we just go try this thing? I want to see what all the.
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm really amazed that you could get that much horsepower out of a tune. So I got.
My dad's really negative.
No, I'm not negative. I know how when we would put the turbos back on the first one, we were gaining like 50 horsepower, and I'm gonna have to spend. How much was I spending? Like $2,900.
A lot.
And then you're just put in the little quick HP friggin' tuning. Now we're friggin' on our road to rock and roll. 50 horsepower.
45, get it right.
I'm impressed.
Oh, now he's impressed.
Let's
go test it.
Let's back up. Okay, so I wasn't here. So he went same exact thing set up, stock, and then now we're going with the HP tune.
Yep. And exhaust.
Yeah, what was this time?
468.
468. So you jump and go. No.
What?
468?
468 was his time.
There's no way that's a second faster.
Oh my God.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to go one more because
right.
I want to make sure that I go do it again. Okay, ready? Holy crap!
What is it?
388. So he's almost a second faster. Hey, you got to do it one more time. Why? Because you revved it up, and then I started it, and then you launched. I need to do it right when you launch. Seriously, that is impressive.
Insane.
Oh my God!
He's a second. It's a second faster, and that's not even. It's a second faster. It's a freaking
crazy.
second faster with the tune. I mean, how? That's 150. So we're 150, 160, 170 feet, and it's a second faster. We didn't get that with the turbo.
Well, you know, the other crazy thing is he said that the RPM's upped too. So that's like a.
Okay, that's 3 runs, and yeah, that's. I am. Do they make that for my Expedition? Because I need that.
Like, did it look fast?
Oh, it looked like it was digging.
Did it look fast?
I don't know. I was timing, dork.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
would have never thought that'd be a second faster in like 160 feet.
Why is speed so much fun? Let's go to the track. You ready? Did you hear the blow-off valve when I took it? Listen.
That's insane.
It sounds like I'm driving like a turboed like drift car. or something. Let's go out to the track and let's see how this bad boy does on dirt.
So 108.37 is what he's going for?
Yep.
Man, he cleared that one. You see that? He cleared that second one. Yeah, I think that's the first time we cleared that one. The thing flies good.
Yeah,
I'm actually impressed, big time. 108.37
was the original time.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Man, that blow-off valve sounds crazy.
55.
8 seconds. 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
I mean, like the thing is like I had to I hit a jump back there, like how I normally hit it, and like I flew like another 20 foot.
Well, you launched up this one.
Hooks up. Now, you know what I'd be curious about? Let's go change the tires and see what that does. Because the other tires, because now there's ruts, it'll allow me to be like sideways like crazy.
I think we should go and do the Thursday night, put the stock tune back in it, do the quarter mile, put the stock, and then put the tune back. Absolutely. I mean, that is this is a good test, and this blows my mind because of all the money that we spent before to get 8 seconds or 1 second, and all the money we used to spend. You don't need nothing else. What's it put the horsepower at?
Well, added 45, and I think they're like 186 from factory.
With a tune.
Dude, that was sick! All right, let's go change the tires, and let's hit this track again. So you guys might be asking, why are you gonna try a light truck tire? That, you know, this is a UTV style tire, like this is your typical. And I wanted to show you guys, you know, there's a huge difference here. This is an all-terrain, this is a mud terrain. You see all the voids, everything like this. Obviously this one would be a lot better if I was in like a super muddy situation. But this tire is gonna allow me to kind of skate the car sideways. And based on the track like we have, it's starting to get real rutted. And this is kind of like the style tire I used to run. And when Pastrana and those guys got here, they actually had a style tire like this. And I liked the way that their cars were handling. So I'm excited to try it. There's some pretty massive differences. One, this tire is about, I would say, at least 1.5 inches shorter, maybe more. I don't know the exact specs. So it's going to bring my ride height down, which actually is going to make it less likely for me to roll. And then the other difference is this is about a 39-pound tire, and this is a 34-pound tire. So there's a pretty big difference as far as just the weight. Any rotating weight is not the weight you want. So again, I don't know if this is gonna work better, worse. All I know is I wanna eventually race this car. The only way to get better and faster is to try different things. Now I might have to get my groover down the road if we're at a track and put some grooves in here to make it more like a mud terrain. But for now, we're just gonna go have a fun back-to-back test. We already know the car is way faster with what we did to it today, and we'll see what this does to it today as well. So we threw on these smaller BF Goodrich tires, and that brought down the car like 1.75 inches, which is more than I expected. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like a dual rate shock. Obviously these are all shock therapy. You have adjustment on the top of the shock to where you could at least kind of play with the ride height. If I tighten down the shock and lower the top, it's gonna give the car more ride height. This is a dual rate coil. So this is a lighter coil and this is a heavier coil. So this right here, I could actually determine when it engages either one of these. So this is a secondary adjustment. So what I'm doing right now to kind of dumb it down for those of you that don't really know what I just said, I'm readjusting the ride height to get the height of the car where it needs to be. And then I might have to back it up and forward a few times and just keep kind of playing and adjusting. And then we're gonna be ready to test out these bad boys. But again, this isn't like a turnkey thing. Like, if you wanna make adjustments like I'm doing, not everyone does, but I'm trying to like push the envelope a little bit. This is kind of what we have to go through. Yeah, I mean, I need to do another ½ inch. See, right now the front is 12 inches of ride height, and then the rear is 10.5. So I'll bring up that rear probably another solid 1 inch. I like to have a little rake in the back for just performance jumping, cornering, everything like that. But we'll keep knocking her down and get this figured out.
I don't think the smaller tires are going to do better. They just don't, I mean, they don't seem like they have any grip. They're great tires, but I don't know, maybe. We'll see here. What was it, right at 1 minute last time?
1 minute last, yep.
Let's get it on.
Your tires on.
Close.
Yeah.
195, and what was the last one? 105.
So almost a whole second.
Yeah, almost. I knew it was going to be that way.
As far as that cornering, it's night and day. I think I like them better. I think if we had some like deeper grooves in them to bite a little more. I messed up on this corner over here, which could have been a second. Hey, all I know, what a fun day.
All I know is that HP tune, 100%. That and the exhaust, you don't need to do nothing else. So anybody out there that has one of these, I think
my dad's excited.
No, I'm serious. So
look, I just want to pull in.
We added 45 horsepower.
I wanted to pull in real quick, just like a few scenes of my dad in the beginning of the day on how negative he was.
I know, but I'm stuck on the horsepower because every time we've added the horsepower, we went through this before in the other ones. What happens? You got more horsepower in the engine. What about the transmission?
Yeah,
what about the drive axles?
That was 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter. It's still you're adding. These things are set up for a certain amount of horsepower.
You could drive two-footed.
So you're telling me you're not going to break nothing behind the engine? Do you want to make a bet? I'm just telling you. You can do what you want. It's your money. But I'm just saying, we've been through it.
So after seeing that, to where you're at now, are you a changed man? Hey, all I know is that was a blast. Shout out BF Goodrich Tires. I'm very excited, and it's very different. I might have to do some adjustments as far as the grooving and stuff, but I like the way this handles better in cornering. And then HP tuners, Pandemyk performance, GGB exhaust, all the things we did today, you guys, all you guys could do at home if you have a factory razor, and the thing has just completely taken off to a whole level that I'm actually a little nervous. Actually, I shouldn't be sharing this information with you guys because this has made this extremely dangerous. But you guys have a blessed day. I'm gonna keep kind of ripping around and figure out these tires and air pressures and things, but until next time.